Alright people, Mike Saladin here again, and welcome back to another Mass Effect Legendary Edition Insanity Run video. Today we're on Palaven, or the moon next to Palaven even, and we're going to recruit Garrus and get Primarch Victus out of here. So yeah, we were meant to be shooting at those enemies there, but I just hit them with a flare attack and that sort of just put them all down pretty quickly. Flare, it is pretty overpowered even on Insanity. I've been using the little upgrade bonuses from Liara's Shadowbroker terminal, and I've just put them into power damage instead of shields or whatever. You get a little choice, do you want this bonus upgrade or whatever to be used for extra shields or extra power damage or whatever. And because we're a vanguard and we don't actually have a shield, we have like a barrier, I suppose. So I don't think, I don't know how that little upgrade system works in Liara's terminal. If when it says 5 bonus points to shields or 5 bonus points to power damage or whatever, if when they mention shields they're actually also talking about barriers. But yeah, I've been putting the extra 5 points into power damage because I do like to use flare quite a lot in this run. So yeah, this is the right way. I was running around out there looking for like metagel and stuff because it gets you 300 XP like that there, and that's a pretty good way to level up, just getting all the extra metagel that you don't really need if you have full metagel. Just looking around for anything else to pick up before we go back and talk to the general, whatever his name is back there. Just want to make sure we're early on and we don't want to really miss. Here's another 300 XP, and we get another 75 from reading that text document or whatever. Shotgun and an assault rifle mod, nice. Okay, in later missions I probably won't look around as much as that. I'll probably just get on with the game. But since we're quite early at the moment, we want as many advantages as we can get, so sort of taking as much XP from anything that's laying around as possible to help us out. Then we'll probably do that. So we've brought Liara and Vega. We didn't really have a choice. They're your only 2 party members to start off with, but once we get Garrus, we'll probably be using Garrus and Liara for the entire playthrough. Again, they're it's sort of like Miranda and Morden in Mass Effect 2. Garrus and Liara, sort of a dream team. Like Garrus, he overloads the shields, and then Liara hits them with singularity, and then they get stuck in the air, and then I come in and I hit them with flare, and then that really just wipes out nearly most of the enemies. And Garrus, again in Mass Effect 3, if you build him in a certain way with weapon damage and armor piercing rounds, he does like insane damage against really tough enemies. If you give him the right rifle as well, I think it's a Typhoon, N7 Typhoon rifle. It was originally DLC, but because this is a Legendary Edition, it's just in the game. So I'll probably be buying that as soon as I can and giving it to Garrus and upgrading his weapon damage, and then he'll really help us out. It's kind of a cheesy way to play the Insanity run through of Mass Effect 3, but I feel like sort of just having an easier time at certain points, because in this game I think some of the enemies you face are a little overpowered themselves. Like the Banshees and the Brutes, sometimes the game throws like 2 or 3 of them at you at the same time, and then a Banshee will be there as well. And on Insanity, Insanity is the correct term for the playthrough when that's happening. Just those sort of creatures, like one of them at a time's bad enough, but when they start putting 2 or 3 brutes and a Banshee at you at the same time in later missions, It's just it's pretty damn difficult. So I don't mind actually cheating a little bit and overpowering Garrus. I don't think you can actually call it cheating because it's just the mechanics of the game. I'm just using what's in the game to help me win. So, but people who are more hardcore than me, they probably wouldn't like what I'm doing. They'd probably want to see a run where you use your pistol only, an unupgraded pistol, level 1. Never level up any character run through. I could try something like that in the future, but I don't know, I think that would see me dying about 100 times in one video. Okay, we'll just melee that guy. Another thing about the Vanguard, the melee punch is just really great. I think I mentioned it before, but it just looks so cool to do. Yeah, man, just can do that over and over again. It's a lot better than the melee attack for soldiers where you just rifle bash them. Or what's the other thing? You attach the little bayonet weapon to your rifle or whatever. Or you can have an omni-tool blade.
Much appreciated, Commander. I'll contact Palaven Command. Let me know when you've got something. I'll help your men collect.
So at the moment this mission isn't too tricky, we're just fighting a load of husks. They're not as deadly as in Mass Effect 2 because the area we're fighting them in, most of the time it's quite open, there's a lot of room for me to run around. But in Mass Effect 2 you were always in tight corridors, where if these guys got too close to you, too many of them, you were just going to get ganged up on and sort of stun locked into a corner, and that would just be you destroyed, really. So we're just wiping these guys out here. We're pretty overpowered already, Shepard, with this flare attack. But I'm still having fun, and I know it's going to get more challenging as we get to some later missions when they bring out some more hardcore enemies. I think that even there's a bit at the end of this mission where they throw in like 2 or 3 brutes in the same area. And that could be tricky. I mean, we will get Garrus now in a minute, but not sure we can overpower him to the level where he's like one-shotting everyone just yet.
I'm on it.
Here he comes.
We'll find you the Primarch.
What a legend.
Vicarian, sir. I didn't see you arrive.
At ease, General. Good to see you again. I thought you'd be on Palaven.
If we lose this moon, we lose Palaven. I'm the closest damn thing we have to an expert.
Yeah, Garrus has been made the Reaper expert because he helped Shepard, but to be honest, he doesn't know more than anybody else really.
Lieutenant.
So he's a decent choice, like, 'cause he's good in the fight. He's got good combat skills,
Palaven Command tells
and he used to manage his own unit back on Omega when he was Archangel, so he knows tactics and stuff. So
Know him, Garrus?
he is an effective leader and whatever, but I don't know if he knows anything that would warrant him being a Reaper expert. Like, he knows Sovereign was a thing, and he can control Geth, or indoctrinate people to help him. But other than that, I don't think Garrus really needed the position of Reaper expert. Probably put a lot of unnecessary pressure on him.
Get him on the shuttle and get out of here.
There's a pretty funny dialogue sequence on the Normandy later as well, where Shepard asks Garrus how far down the line of succession he is, and that he could be made the next Primarch pretty soon if something happens to Victus, and Garrus just really doesn't want to talk about it. So that sort of implies that, yeah, he is like 1 or 2 steps away from being like the most high-ranking Turian, and he really doesn't want the responsibility.
trying to raise him, Commander.
I mean, he'd probably do it because Shepard would make him do it. Or he'd just feel obliged to do it, but he wouldn't be happy about it. There goes one of the harvesters. That's one of the more hardcore enemies that I was talking about that you want to be overpowered for later, because they can destroy you in like one shot, I think, later, and they have a lot of health and armor, and it would be nice if Garrus was there to just sort of take them out pretty quickly. So what am I doing here? Heading to the airfield. We'll just level up Garrus. Okay. Now we want weapon damage bonus, absolutely. Weapon assault rifle damage by 50, yes. And sniper rifle damage, so he'll be good with an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. We'll put up his armor piercing as much as possible. So increases armor damage, ammo, headshot damage, yeah. And we'll put one in the overload because some of these enemies will have shields. And we'll leave those other points that Shepard and Vega have until we level up again, and then we can spend those on something valuable. We'll equip the rifle for Garrus at the moment because I think it's better than the assault rifle he had.
Jay, is that you breathing so hard?
But yeah, we leveled him up a fair bit there. He should be able to do some decent damage, hopefully.
Better than oxygen and day.
Yeah, look at that.
Just me?
Shepard can do decent damage too, like one flare, direct hit from the flare seems to completely take down a Marauder's shield. That's nice. Especially since we didn't have enough points to upgrade Garrus's overload to maximum. So what you really want from Garrus is armor piercing, his Turian Rebel skill tree up to the top, and overload up to the top. And then I think proximity mine is a good one to upgrade, and you don't really have to worry about concussive shot. It's not really that useful, but put 1 or 2 points in the concussive shot just in case. So yeah, this is the first time we're introduced to the Marauder enemy. They're basically just indoctrinated Turians, or harvested Turians, or whatever. It's a pretty clever tactic by the Reapers to actually harvest the enemy and then deploy their own troops against them again. So like they have to fight their own people basically at the same time as trying to fight Reapers. It would be a very demoralizing tactic. Like, I'm sure Garrus right now, he's pretty...
I think we're done here.
He's maybe a little bit shook up that he's having to fight so many Turians, or former Turians, who were likely soldiers on this moon this morning probably, and now they're being turned against them. So I think this section we have to get up here on this turret, don't we? This shouldn't be too bad. The turret's pretty powerful. Even on Insanity they don't like debuff the turret or whatever. Why can't I? Oh, there, it wasn't close enough. Like, I should just take these enemies down pretty quickly if I can get better at aiming. I think after this a brute's gonna show up, one of those giant armoured enemies. Hopefully we upgraded Garrus enough that he's gonna be able to do quite a bit of damage to him. Otherwise this will be a very, very tough fight, and there's a good chance I might die a lot, but we'll see how it goes. I think Garrus is... I think we powered him up enough that he'll be able to take him down pretty quickly. And maybe Shepard's own abilities will be enough. It's a shame we don't really get to keep using the turret. And Shepard sort of falls off this platform like, way too easily when it does happen. It always kind of annoyed me, like there was no reason he would just... He sort of more basically just leans over and falls in on purpose. It was kind of dumb. Like, especially when he's sort of standing here hooked onto the turret. When the brute charges in, it really shouldn't make him fall off. It's kind of a very convenient way to get us on that tough spot. Oh well, it's a video game, you have to kind of let these things go, but just because I've played it so much that you notice these things.
Holy hell! What is that?
Like, look, Shepard is behind the armored thing and then he suddenly turns it around so it's on its side and he can just fall in. It just sort of didn't really make any sense. Also, why are Vega and Garrus down here immediately? Did they just jump in? Oh yeah, oh look at that damage. I think Garrus took it to half health already. I'm going to assume that was Garrus who did something. Maybe he just got a good shot off. Has he got armor piercing bullets on? Because that's really what we want him to do. Oh yeah, that brute was no problem really. Yeah, I think that's because we overpowered Garrus already. And also the brute sort of went for Vega there. Didn't seem interested in chasing Shepard that much, so that sort of gave us an edge. Why is Garrus running sideways? Oh well, we'll level up. We'll upgrade our incendiary rounds. Headshot damage by 25%. Nice. Vega. Put up Carnage for you and Garrus. Really want you to get that 6th armor piercing thing, but you could maybe use an overload boost as well, because we will be fighting a lot of can't even speak. We'll be fighting a lot of marauders with shields in this mission and in the missions after it, so it might be good to just have Garrus with a bit of overload power. Because his armor piercing bullets and stuff won't be much use against shields. It's once they're down, once he's fighting armored only enemies, that's when he really does some serious damage.
That's rough. Still have family there?
Also, if I can get some good mods onto his rifle,
How bad is
like an extra damage mod and another armor piercing mod, and then I can upgrade his rifle to level 5 or whatever, he's gonna be pretty damn powerful.
But how long does it take before the fight's kicked out? If they'd only listened.
And if I'd waited to do a new game plus, where you can buy weapons up to level 10, I mean, Garrus, I think you just like one-shot everyone at that point. That might be a little bit too easy. The way we're doing it, we're on a standard game where you can only get up to level 5 upgrades of weapons. So we are going to be pretty powerful, but it's not going to be to the point where everything's just a joke. And sometimes Garrus' accuracy can be unreliable. Sometimes he won't shoot as often as you want him to, and there could be like a brute or a banshee coming in at you, and Garrus might not be able to save you. So it's not an instant win option at the moment. Like, it could turn into that if I was on a new game plus and he had the absolute level 10 best weapon, and then it would be more of an instant win kind of thing we've done. But at the moment, we're still going to have to do a bit of the work ourselves.
Crash like that, it's not surprising.
Like that brute we faced there, Garrus did take down half his health, but Vega also got put down, and Shepard mainly had to take down the other half of his health. So there is still work to be done, even if you upgrade Garrus pretty heavily like I've done.
It's not that easy.
I think it's the next encampment where you have to fight like 2 brutes at once, I think.
Right.
Or maybe there's even 3 of them. So it could be pretty dodgy, this next part. I think there's a Dark Star heavy duty weapon laying around that can really help us out, but I'm not sure exactly where it is located. And I don't want to run around looking for it and then get like stun locked and destroyed by a brute enemy or something. So yeah, there's just a lot of cannibals here and a marauder. Okay, Garrus is, we need him to recharge. Oh, a grenade! Roll away. Okay.
I'm on it.
Need to get these cannibals back because they actually chuck grenades. I forgot about that. We don't want them too close to us.
Right behind you.
Clear the camp. Yeah, I'm clearing the camp game. Just collect this stuff while we're here. Right, here's this brute. Make sure you have armor piercing bullets on, Garrus. Got him to half health already. Mine's Sender Ammo's really helping out here too, I think. Oh, Garrus must have got a shot on because he lost like 2 or 3 bits of health in like 1 hit. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. I thought that brute was going to do a lot more damage to us. And I did remember there being 2 or 3 of them. Guess they don't spawn at the same time. There's the black. See, I could have used this when that brute was here, but why am I even? What happened there? That ended up aiming me in a direction I wasn't even looking. I don't know if I even did any damage with that black star or whatever it is. And here's a second brute, and I already wasted the black star. Genius. But okay, that brute's pretty far away. Ah, there is 2 of them. Okay, I was right. There is a part where there's 2 of them. Okay, please, Garrus, keep destroying this one. It seems to be going well. He's down to like 1/3 of his health. He's only got 1 bar left. Come on, get him down before he gets too close to us. Because the brutes are only really deadly when they get in close. Because they have no ranged attack, really. They just have to get in and hit you with their claw. Oh! Don't know what happened there. He sort of gets stuck against that wall. Roll out of the way. Okay. Have a nice day, Mr. Brute over there. What's he doing? Did he get stuck over there or something? I think we've got him anyway. He's down to 2 bars. 1 bar, roll away. We're out of ammo. Oh, okay. Well, Garrus or someone hit him with a concussive round or whatever that was. Right, we sort of need to find some ammo here. Oh, yeah, we've got 15 rounds. Okay, nice. Now it's just marauders left. It would be a shame if we killed all 3 brutes and then we got taken down by marauders, so I'm gonna try to be careful here. Come on, hit him with something, Garrus. There we go. Come on. Nice. What a, hey, did those guys shoot at me? Yeah, I don't know what, they're just firing everywhere. I guess they're meant to be just sort of in the background to add some flavour to the background by just shooting in random directions. Okay, that's basically the end of that mission. We did pretty well. Didn't die. We've got Garrus. We've upgraded him quite a lot already. I think we're gonna maybe not breeze through this Insanity run, but we're a lot more powered up than we were in Mass Effect 2. There should be a lot less deaths in Mass Effect 2 at the very least. Certain sections could be trickier than others, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not really looking forward to any sections that have Banshee fights. The Banshee's probably one of the most terrifying enemies in Mass Effect. Not because of how it looks or whatever, but it's the way it can teleport so close to you, and if it grabs you, I think even on normal difficulty, it's like an insta-kill. When you're on Insanity, and you've fought your way through a load of enemies, and then a Banshee shows up, and you know you're going back to the start of that massive fight if this Banshee gets anywhere near you, it really does add a lot of tension to the fights. So I think they're a great enemy, the Banshee, but I also hate them because they're so deadly. The Brutes, I don't really hate the Brute because they're kind of slow. they have that disadvantage. You can back away from them.
And honestly,
But the Banshee, they just teleport forward closer and closer, and you're running around
see this devastation.
like a lunatic just trying to stay back from them.
I need an alliance.
And sometimes they can be cheap with their attacks. Like they can stun lock you with like a ball of biotic energy, I think they throw at you, and then they just teleport right next to you and grab you. Excuse me. And sometimes you feel like some of your deaths were a bit cheap and unearned,
Without him up
and a
there,
bit,
it's
you know, not
lose
fair.
everything.
But yeah, the Banshee is pretty
They
scary.
want my opinion on how to stop it?
They're what the Asari get harvested and turned into.
Expert advisor?
But I'm not sure if it's every Asari or only the Ardark Yachi Asari. Because that's when you first encounter them if you don't do the DLC
Damn sure nobody
with
else.
like Leviathan or whatever. You don't meet any Banshees until you go to
Welcome
the
aboard.
Ardark Yachi Monastery
Primarch Victus?
to find Samara's daughters or whatever. That's when you first encounter the Banshees. So I'm not sure if it's canon, if every Asari gets turned into a Banshee, or if it's just the Ardak Yakshi, if that's even how you pronounce it. There's a lot of really cool Asari lore, to be honest, when you look into them. Like Justicars and the Ardak
Looks like
Yakshi.
your summit just got a lot.
Just their whole society is pretty interesting. But I think that's everything for today, and we'll leave it there for now. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.